Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn June 30th, 2022. With today's new moon, there can be a stronger focus on a one-to-one relationship, a new beginning in a key relationship, or a new mission related to companionship, relationship needs, and goals. You're moving in a new direction or towards a new, enlightened perspective. This new moon can stir the desire to start fresh, and beginning anew in a relationship can involve taking on a new attitude or gathering the courage to make something happen. As you advance, it's an excellent time for shared activities and ideas. Today, aim to take in, allow new energy and motivation to build, and take action later when it feels right. Stopping to find the beauty and magic in your everyday life is healing. You're giving birth to a brand new version of yourself, and this new beginning is bound to reflect in your one-on-one connections. Today's new moon in sentimental Cancer is shaking up your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, bringing fertility and new beginnings to your personal life. Lady Venus will also harmonize with lucky Jupiter via your emotionally driven 4th house of home, family, and innermost feelings, suggesting that many of you could decide to expand with regard to family. It doesn't have to be literally, so furry friends are always family. New connections are coming. The new moon in Cancer is ready to mingle, encouraging you to seek out emotionally fulfilling professional partnerships and commitments. Set the intention of working with new commitments that make your heart swell with joy. Now that the lunar cycle has begun, so does Neptune retrograde in Pisces. Part of working with others includes thorough, concise communication that assures that you and the other party are on the same page. You could even clear the air with your co-workers during Neptune retrograde if there are any lingering miscommunications. Today, you might want to put this sign on your door: do not disturb. I'm on the moon. In fact, today's aspects will have you dreaming the wildest dreams you can imagine, even going back to the world of your childhood. If you can do something creative with all of the powerful imagery inside of you, you may come up with something very, very beautiful. Your uncontrollable energy is causing you big problems. You are in a state of inner turmoil and find it difficult to remain calm. Your friends and relations find your behavior totally unpredictable. They can't make you out. Talk to others about your mental state. They will understand you better and give you good advice. You're starting to get pretty upset over someone's constant demands for attention and time, and now might feel like the best time to tell them off. Things should clear up a little. If you're confused, sort out your contradictory feelings. In matters of the heart, it's difficult for others to be sensitive to your needs. Unfortunately, confusion on your part leads people to avoid you and you feel worse. In being more certain about your feelings, your desirability is enhanced and your outlook improves. You could be in the mood to rest and to read today. You might enjoy opening your mind to some new ideas. Maybe you would enjoy reading some inspirational books by your favorite self-help author. Examining the author's thoughts could help you to get clear about some of the events that are happening in your own life. You could come upon a new philosophy that will uplift and inspire you. Get out there and say what has been on your mind lately. Try a new approach and have faith in yourself that you have made the right choice. If you are feeling a surge of creativity, try going with the flow. A day is all about creative expression, so trust in yourself. You may feel a pressure to commit to something that you are not quite sure about yet. Just make sure to talk about it so that you have all the facts. The moon is not only still in your relationship sector today, but is part of a growing amount of support between forces across the communication, friendship, and relationship fronts and the diverse influences in play. While a new moon is an opportunity for new beginnings, in his early days in retrograde motion in your communication sector, Neptune is offering a chance to give the past and unsaid words a voice. This is an empowered time for personal and professional networking, friendship and relationship building. Just having the moon in your relationship sector in Neptune's early days in your communication sector is making it easier to give your emotional responses, relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. However, This is overlaid by a friendly aspect between planets on the communication and relationship fronts that peaks today. Our eyes in the sky. There's a lot going on in the universe today, starting with Neptune in watery Pisces heading retrograde. Over the next few months, you'll be forced to wake up from your daydreams and face the reality of what life is throwing at you, which can be somewhat of a rude awakening for some people. Luckily, your intuition will still be working for you, helping you to make tough decisions as your delusions all but disappear. A new moon in water sign Cancer adds to your emotional moodiness, putting the people you care most about in your spotlight. Not being able to help them is your biggest nightmare, so get ready for a busy day of trying to do favors for and coming to the defense of friends and family who need you to run interference or play referee. The Sun squares Jupiter in Aries late in the day, reminding you to keep your expectations low, and a Sun-Moon conjunction in sensitive Cancer emphasizes the relationships with the people in our lives who give off major feminine energy. If one of them lets you down now, it will be very difficult to deal with. Most interpersonal problems can be dealt with in a positive way, but it's uber important to keep your emotions in check. After midnight, Neptune stations retrograde in Pisces. When the planet of fantasy, illusion, and magic is direct, the proverbial wool is pulled more firmly over our eyes. We fall prey to the folly of optimism, becoming susceptible to subliminal messaging in media, or making improper assumptions within our relationships. While our idealism can make for poetic or romantic moments, we are less firmly rooted in reality. However, when Neptune stations retrograde, the veil of illusion is lifted, causing us to see our circumstances with improved clarity. We might be confused at what is revealed at this time, experiencing disappointment akin to waking up from a dream where we have won the lotto or wound up with our unavailable love interest. We see ways in which we have allowed ourselves to be deceived, or ways we have deceived ourselves. Yet, we also can use new revelations as a jumping-off point to participate in the world in healthier ways. Neptune will move backward until December 3rd, so seek to reframe burst bubbles as learning opportunities during this time. We are not ready to give up on our past, content to punish ourselves. Under this influence, we are brave enough to imagine that our lives might look different if we do the work. Following this aspect, the moon begins its void of course, suggesting that we focus on what must be released and purged, rather than immediately trying to fill empty space with something new. Replacement therapy can be valid, but this is an occasion where stillness and self-awareness are all the replacements we need. In the morning, the moon enters Cancer, ending its void of course which began early last night. We are just a few hours shy of the Cancer new moon, and the next 2 days will find us more entrenched in Cancerian concerns of home, family, and security. Our emotions may fluctuate more than usual now, however, this influence intends to show us that our feelings are a strength rather than a weakness. During this lunation, we come to a better understanding of where, and with whom, we can safely express our vulnerability.